Hello, I am Ava, your artificial intelligence assistant of thelegalpsychology.com, and I will be your guide for the scientific trip of today. So buckle up and put on your helmet because it will be a shaky ride. An anchor is a heavy object attached to a cable or chain and used to moor a ship to the sea bottom, typically having a metal shank with a pair of curved, barbed flukes at one end. But what does this inanimate object have to do anything with the law or let alone with psychology? Believe it or not, you use anchors in your everyday life way more frequently than you would suppose. For now, I will promote you to be my assistant professor. Congratulations! Let's do a test based on my instructions. Ask a person who is around you at the moment what his or her guess is. Is the percentage of African nations in the UN is higher than 10%? Okay, now ask your subject to make his or her best guess and give his or her best estimation of the actual percentage in absolute value. Cool, we are done with the first part. Now ask another person but form your first question like this. Is the percentage of African nations in the UN higher than 65%? Most likely, your first subject's absolute value estimation assimilated to the relatively low anchor value you gave in the first question. On the other hand, your second subject's absolute value estimation most probably assimilated to the high anchor value of the first question. This is what we call the anchoring and adjustment heuristic. It refers to assimilating a numeric estimate toward a previously considered standard. Just like the ship gravitates towards the anchor deep down in the sea bottom, your estimations of any subject, such as your estimation of the age of a stranger, the market value of a house, or anything else, will gravitate in the same way towards an arbitrary random value you learned earlier. Make no mistake, such reliance on an anchor is entirely reasonable in many situations when the anchor conveys relevant information about the actual value. But when an anchor provides no helpful information, it still makes people adjust their numeric estimations upward or downward to that anchor. And check this out, the dominant effect of anchoring works even if the anchor is ridiculously and unreasonably high or low. I am sure that you are a frequent reader of our blog, so it will not surprise you that judges are also affected by anchors in their judicial decisions. In their famous series of studies, Guthrie and his colleagues recruited 167 federal magistrate judges to test if they would be immune from anchoring effects due to their experience. The researchers described a fictitious severe personal injury lawsuit in which only the amount of the damages was at issue. According to the background story, the plaintiff requested damages for lost wages, hospitalization, pain, and suffering but did not specify the amount. The judges were randomly assigned to either a no-anchor condition or an anchor condition. In the no-anchor group, the judges were asked how much would they award the plaintiff in compensatory damages. In the anchor group, the judges were provided with another piece of information. They learned that the defendant of the lawsuit requested the dismissal of the case because it did not meet the jurisdictional minimum for a diversity case, which is $75,000. The judges in this group were asked to first rule on such a motion of the defendant, and then they were asked if they denied the motion, how much would they award the plaintiff. Notably, the plaintiff, based on the case description, clearly had incurred damages greater than $75,000, meaning that the defendant's motion was entirely meritless. Now that you are a decorated assistant professor, it will not break ground for you that ruling on the defendant's motion in the anchor group had a robust effect on damage awards. The 66 judges in the no-anchor group awarded an average of $1,249,000, while the 50 judges in the anchor group awarded an average of $882,000. In conclusion, requesting the judges rule on the entirely unreasonable motion of the defendant depressed the average damage awards by more than $350,000. This result demonstrates how easily anchors can sneak into the litigation process and affect how judges and lawyers think about damage awards, suggesting a severe source of error in civil lawsuits. Thank you for your attention. We hope that our video helped you to make a step towards outsmarting your own biases and heuristics. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow our blog thelegalpsychology.com.